What's up, guys? It's your boy Skinny Jeans. You already know, from Off the Tap. Let's get it going. A little bit about what's going on here. You might be wondering where the tank is. Well, this is going to be a new beer review series. It's going to be a mini series. So I am basically just going to do maybe a quick 5 to 7 minutes on a different beer each week from a different brewery from all over the place. Whether it's something that you guys suggest, whether it's something that I really enjoy myself, whether it's something that's maybe given to me that I feel like everyone needs to have a little insight on. We're still going to do our big review every week, but that's going to lean more towards what's booming in the industry. You know, whether it's a new IPA, I know there's a lot of different types of IPAs out, whether there's a new infused something out, something that's really hitting the market hard that we're like, okay, we got to get this beer and let our fans and let everybody know what it's all about before you guys go and spend maybe $16 to $20 on a 4 or a 6 pack, because some of that stuff is getting pretty pricey, and you might as well leave it to the experts, before you guys go and waste your money on something that just might be dog crap. I mean, I've done that plenty of times and it's a real shame, but if we can, create some great information and some content for you guys where you understand and maybe you have a feeling that I don't like this specific hops, I don't know if I'd enjoy that beer, then maybe you don't have to get it. You could try something else. So, that's what's going on with us. Like I said, still doing the big review every week. This is just going to be a mini series. Now, this is from Point Brewery. Pretty cool. Shout out to my dad for picking this up for me the last time he was there. He got me tons and tons of beers, so I got a lot of different beers. You might see a little repeating with certain breweries, but I mean, I'm still going to pound through these beers and give it to you straight. So, 5th oldest operating brewery in the nation, continuously operating, meaning it never stopped production. 3rd oldest brewery, privately owned brewery in the nation. So, yeah, it's a big deal. Renowned, to say the least. Founded in 1857. This place is, I've been there, incredible. They have so many different types of beer. I didn't even know they had this many types of beer. They have a cider line. They do craft sodas. During the Civil War, they actually provided beer for our troops. So, shout out. Everybody needs a beer, especially if you're getting your ass kicked on the battlefield. I talk to Tad all the time, like, what's the best beer of the day? The after work beer, the beach beer. I would say probably after almost getting blown up beers, probably got to be up there in the top 5 at least. In 2013, they increased capacity to 150,000 barrels annually. So they're not as big as you would think they would be, considering they're over 150 years old. They only distribute to 25 different states as of 2013. So, I mean, they're still covering half the country, but hey, I mean, a lot of this stuff is pretty specialty, and we're going to give it a whirl and see how it goes. I want to give you a little bit of information on what's in the beer. The big thing with this is the Galaxy hops. Every article I read, all the research I did, this is it. Made with Galaxy hops. Also with, some passion fruit notes. More for aromas, so they actually don't filter this beer, so if you do try one, I obviously poured this, but if you look closely, this is going to be in a lot of different beers, this is to preserve the hop flavor. They won't filter it, and you'll notice a yeast cake around the ring at the bottom. All you have to do, it's not gross, it's not old, it's not a bad beer. It's just the settling. Just roll it a little bit. Kick that back up. That's so you can get the full flavor of the beer. A lot of filtered beer, some of it still might taste great, but there may have been more flavor in it before that process. So, like I said, that's basically just roll the beer to eliminate the yeast cake. The alcohol content, I feel like that's the reason why you watch these videos. What's going to get me the drunkest? 5.7. So it's not huge. It's still, you have enough of them, it's going to do the job. It's higher than a standard domestic beer. But I would say that the lower the ABV, the more the drinkability, and probably the better the flavor of whatever type of beer you're going to have, because it's not going to kick you in the teeth with alcohol content. The IBU, which we've talked about time and time again on our big show, is basically just the bitterness. It's a scale of 1 to whatever they decide, I guess. This is a 41, so it's a little bit higher, and it's going to be more bitter. Obviously, it's an India Pale Ale, so you get it, it's going to be hoppy. This beer has won 2 bronze medals and 4 silver medals in its existence from competitions all over the country. So, without waiting any longer, let's give it a whirl. I don't think I've ever had this one before, so this is going to be quite the surprise. It smells good. It's been a while since I've had a beer. About 4 days to be exact. 5. We'll say 5. I'm on a diet. Cut me some slack. I don't have time for your gibberish. It does smell really good. It smells really good. Now, my scale is going to be the same. It's going to be a 1 through 10. I'm not going to go over mouthfeel. I'm not going to go over smell. I'll tell you that it smells good, or I'll tell you that it smells bad, but I'm not going to give it a rating. I'm here to tell you how it tastes. That's the only scale you're going to get. 1 through 10, decimal system. Let's go. It doesn't have, I would say it's very consistent as soon as it hits your lips, as it goes down the back of your throat with bitterness, and it doesn't kick you in the teeth like you'd expect an IPA to, but it still has those, like, it kind of tickles your tongue a little bit, but it's not very aggressive, and it smooths off towards the end, which is nice for someone that might not enjoy drinking an IPA. This might still be a little too bitter for you, but at least at the end, it's not going to leave that flavor hanging around. So, I don't know. I tend to like beers that have a very potent taste and a very potent smell as far as India Pale Ales go. So I love it when it's like, whoa, that was a burst of hops. This doesn't necessarily have that, but I really think I could have a couple of these. It's not my favorite. I don't think I'm going to score it too high. It's not a bad beer. And I wish I could find more beers that just stuck to one hop, though. I think it would give everybody a great clarification of what they may or may not be looking for when they're picking out a beer. I don't think that's expressed enough, the type of hops that are in it. This is like pounded down your throat with Galaxy hops. It tells you that. The website tells you that. Everything will say this is with Galaxy hops. If you're looking to see what Galaxy hops are going to do and what the flavor is, what the smell is going to be, this is perfect. Because if you absolutely don't like it, then you know, okay, what beers have this type of hops in it? Maybe I shouldn't be drinking that. But I tell you what, not a bad beer though. Really not. So, for the first mini-series with Skinny Jeans, I'm going to have to give this probably a 6.1. It's not a bad beer. It's not a great beer. All the different beers I've tried, this definitely doesn't compare to some of the best, but I have had dog shit beers before, and this definitely is not bad. So, I would say Point Brewing, Beyond the Pale, IPA, decent beer. Definitely good enough to drink. It could be something that you would want to try if you're just starting out. I would say probably not, but you know, like I said, it's not going to give it that flavor at the end. Make sure to follow us on our Instagram, Off the Tap 2018. Make sure to follow us on our Facebook, Off the Tap. Make sure to follow or email us. Seriously, we respond very quickly. If there's something you want us to review, there's something you think we messed up on, you want to correct us, because that's what everybody's out to do today, or these days, get at us at our email, which is offthetapgb2018@gmail.com. You guys have a wonderful evening. Keep her tuned.